is a requested illustration on how to achieve this stylish cowl neck asymmetric hemline blouse. To start drafting, I'm going to mark my shoulder to bust, shoulder to under bust. Then I'll mark my shoulder to waistline, and my blouse length. So go ahead to use any blouse length of your choice, but at least it should be like 10 inches after your waistline. So now for the shoulder, the shoulder we have here, it exceeded the normal shoulder. So what you do, mark your shoulder measurement plus additional 1 inch. So you come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope, mark a basic neckline of 3 inches, place and connect to that your shoulder. You find your armhole line, which is your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Now for this dress, if you're making it, you notice the armhole is bigger than the normal armhole size. What you do is add extra half to 1 inch to the actual armhole measurement that you got. For example, if your armhole is 7 inches, you can use 7.5 or 8 inches, right? To give that exaggerated or oversized armhole effect. So I'll just measure and reconnect what I have. So what I'll do here is to go ahead to place my tape and connect a straight line. Go ahead to divide what I have here into 2 and I will mark. So I'll come out by 1/2 inch here. I'll go ahead to place my tape, mark my bust measurement divided by 4. Now when you're marking this, the armhole side, you don't want it to be too curvy because of the armhole area, right? What we have on the dress is not too curvy. So this is to start inserting your measurement. I'll mark the bust measurement divided by 4. This dress is a free dress. Add 1/2 inch to 1 inch for ease, then add 1/2 inch for stitching allowance. The dress is free. If you look at it, you notice that it's not really fitted on the body, so you have to add ease to the dress. Now you don't really necessarily need your under bust measurement. Mark your waist measurement divided by 4 and then you add your sewing allowance and then add ease to it also. Now at your blouse length, you're going to also mark your hip measurement divided by 4 and add ease to it. So your blouse length should at least be 8 to 10 inches or more from your measurement, that is from your waistline down, right? Because the blouse length is quite long. Or you can just use 8 inches because we are going to do a slash and spread for this. The next step is just to place your ruler and you're going to connect all this all the way down. After connecting, you want to mark out a basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches. I'll go ahead to connect. So you're going to cut your pattern on fold. Dress has a slash and spread, so there are 2 ways of cutting it out. You can decide to cut out the neckline and draft the cowl neck before doing the slash and spread at the lower part, or you can do the slash and spread at the lower part before the cowl neck. So what I'll do now is I'll use this pattern to cut the back pattern of the dress. So I'll place the back pattern on fold and I'll place the front pattern on top of it and I will go ahead to cut it down. So when you're making this, you have to cut this pattern on a pattern paper before transferring to fabric. So this is what I have here, the back, and I'm going to start by altering this pattern, right? Just like I said, you can start with the neckline or you can work from the lower part. So we are starting from the neckline. The cowl neck effect is at the neckline of this dress. That's why you see me slashing it. So after slashing that, we are going to place it on another pattern paper. Now if you try to open it up now, this is what it will give you and it might be confusing for you. So we'll still go ahead to transfer this to another pattern. To make this tutorial less confusing, what I'll do is I'll cut this from the under bust. I'll be working on the lower part differently and on the upper part differently. then I'll now merge it together. So you want to outline your waistline, or rather you want to come down a bit from your waistline. Now I'll go ahead to draw out the shape here. Now I know that what I have at the shape is not really exactly, so you can just go ahead to alter yours, right? Now outline this part. I'll go ahead to slash it a bit. We are going to slash this part. This is the part that has this slash or ruch effect by the side, right? So after this, we are going to work on the upper part. Now I have another pattern paper which I placed on fold. Now the more opening you have on your dress, the more draping or cowl neck effect you're going to have at the upper part of your dress. So what I'll do is just to go ahead to pin it down, right? Now, just like I said, if you open it much, you're going to have much cowl neck effect. The opening you have on your dress determines the neckline draping of your dress. I'll go ahead to cut this out, also trace out the armhole. So I just feel like what I have here might be much because of the cowl neck effect we have on the dress is not really that much. So what I'll do is from the shoulder, I'll draw out a straight line, reconnect here, then I will go ahead to cut this out, then cut here out. So this is what I have. By the time you join your shoulder, the excess at the front part will be giving the cowl neck effect. I'll bring the side, then open it. If you open it, you notice this is what you have. So we don't really have much problem there because we still want to do a slash and spread on the dress. So that little space will also add like a little slash and spread to the dress. Just open it and match it up like this if you want to, then spread the other side. It will still give you the same result. Like you see me doing here, you can use your tape and hold it, right? So but there's no need because we are still going to do a slash and spread towards this side. So I'll just go ahead to remove it. So what I'll do is to bring another pattern paper and I'll place underneath it. I'll also go ahead to use sellotape to hold it down. I'll use sellotape to hold it down. After holding that, we'll now go ahead to do the slash and spread by the side. We have already slashed it. It's just to place it and trace out the lower part. So when you're spreading it open, you don't really need to like add too much to the sides. You don't really need to add too much. Something that is okay that you can just go ahead to add like a ruch by the side of your dress. So what I'll do now is to go ahead to cut this, then trace out this side and then trace out the lower part. I'll also go ahead to trace out this other side. If you have any question, please kindly go ahead to ask. So now this is that back pattern that I cut out. You have to join your shoulder at both sides. So for the front neckline, you need to cut out a facing. That excess we have on top of the neckline is what will drape inside, more like a cowl neck effect on your dress. So make sure the side matches. Now for this side that has this draped effect, we are also going to like alter the side. You want to mark the shoulder to under bust. That is where we cut or we started spreading the pattern from. Now before going ahead to alter the back pattern, I'll add little pattern paper here. I feel like the shape I have here is not really nice. I'll use sellotape to hold it down. I'll just go ahead and I will readjust. After readjusting, this is what I have. So please, I did not use the actual length for my own dress because this is a pattern paper. It might be too long, and if the dress is too long, it might be difficult for you to understand when I'm altering it. So I had to like reduce the length of the dress. So now let's work on the back pattern. You want to place your tape and mark your shoulder to waistline and come down a bit from there, just like we did for the front. Then you connect it. I didn't really get to see the back of the dress, so I'll just go ahead to cut something that looks similar to that of the front. Now for the side also, we are going to use a slash and spread. So I will slash here, open a bit. The only difference is that for the back, I won't really do much cutting or cow neck effect. It's just that slash and open you're going to do at the lower part. So what you now do is you're going to merge the sides of the front and the back together, right? Your that part that you opened now at the back of the pattern, you're going to be covering it with a pattern paper. You're going to cover it with a pattern paper, like use your tape to hold down that opening you have there, just like we did for the front part. But since I'm drafting it and I'm not making it, I'll just leave it that way. So another thing you want to do before cutting out your pattern, make sure you merge the sides together, right? Make sure it aligns. Now you're going to draw out like a little curve to create the space or channel which you'll be passing a rope through, just like we have at the side of this dress. I'll flip this to the front side so that you understand what I mean. So this is the longer side. Here from the shorter side, we will come in a little and make like a little curve. So from that curve, you make like a channel, just like when you're using a piece of fabric to create a channel where you'll be passing rope. So what I'll do now is I'll get a pattern paper, cut it in a smaller size. Use it to explain. Let's say you cut out a little pattern, a little fabric, right? You place it there and then you're going to sew it all the way around the hole that you made, starting from the front to the back. So after that, you'll be top stitching, but let me use a pin to hold it so that I'll explain better. You're going to cut out a piece of fabric, that little round hole you made now. You're now going to sew and then fold in, top stitch it at the back right round, creating like a channel. Now through that channel, now you make a rope that you will pass through it, that will come out at the other side. By the time you drag that side, right, it's going to give you that ruch effect at the waist or from the underbust area down. And you now go ahead to tie the rope. Now let's cut out the sleeve of this dress. I'll go ahead to mark the starting line, which is about ½ inch at the upper part of this pattern. Next, you're going to get your sleeve cap height, which is your bust circumference divided by 12 plus 0.5 inches. I will mark. Be drafting out this sleeve with a freehand sketch. So when you get your sleeve cap height, you draw your straight line. Now you want to measure round your armhole. Actual armhole I have is 16 inches divided by 2 to give me 8. So I'll draw out a rough curve. When I'm drawing out the curve, I will not make it curvy. Then I'll measure what I have here. After measuring it, I will measure what I have on the armhole of the dress. Remember, we didn't use our actual armhole. Now, if you measure the armhole of your dress, make sure it matches with the armhole of what you have here. A free hand sketch, I'll go ahead to connect. After connecting here, at the lower part, you want to measure how wide you want your sleeve to be. Go ahead to place your tape and you're going to mark. After you're done marking, you go ahead to connect. I'll go ahead to connect this. After connecting, I'll go ahead to cut out. And that will be the sleeve of the dress. If you have any questions so far, please kindly go ahead to ask.